Yankee and the Brit's the place to be. Radio living is the life for me. Airwaves spreading out so far and wide. Keep your FM, just give me that internet side.
Online is where I'd rather stay. I've got a lot of music to play. I just adore a Yankee view. Darling, I love you, but give me a show to do.
The Chat.
The Brats.
On air.
That's fair.
You are my wife.
Goodbye, British life.
The Yankee and the Brit on air.
Independent Sunday with the Yankee and the Brit. More of that great independent music. As promised on the telephone, we have with us John D. Neal. Don't we?
How's it going?
There he is.
Yeah, I'm here.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
That's good. Where you at?
I am in Arkansas right now. I just passed through Fort Smith.
You ain't too far from us then. Well, where are you at? By where?
I just passed Fort Smith, Arkansas. I'm on I-40 heading back to Tennessee.
Sure, you ain't all that far away from us.
Yeah, where are you guys located?
North
Ardmore?
Texas, just south of Oklahoma border. Do you know where Sherman is?
Sherman, Texas? Yeah.
Yeah, not too far from there. East of there, about 15, 20 miles.
Okay. Yeah, I just spent my weekend in Munster, Texas.
Oh, there you go. Texas
I was
is
there.
a good place to be.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun this weekend. We were celebrating my sister's wedding.
So what's going on up there in Arkansas?
Just a long drive home.
Yeah?
I'm driving back to Nashville. I've got some gigs this week that I'm playing and just living the dream.
So
Cool.
Go ahead. You want to kick it off? Go on.
Yes, sir. Tell us how and when you got started with your music.
I've been playing music for years. I've kind of been playing out in the Oklahoma market and mostly in Oklahoma City for probably the past 5 years. I finally decided to make the move to Nashville this year. I moved out there in August. Things have been going pretty well so far. I've been playing down on Broadway, a couple different venues down there. Been keeping me pretty busy. I'm also a songwriter, and so Nashville is the place to be for that. I'm just excited about some of these new projects I'm working on and being out in Nashville where I have the opportunity to play more gigs.
How old were you when you got started in music?
Oh, I've been playing since high school. I'm approaching 30 now. I'm 29, and I played my first gigs when I was probably 17 or 18.
Oh, you're still a young buck.
I'm still young, but I'm just kind of branching out and just kind of getting out of the market that I've been in. I'm releasing a song to Texas radio this year. And that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you guys. It's a song called Two Small Town Hearts. It's about my sister, and that should be coming out next month. I was hoping to have it out by the end of this month, but we're still working on a few of the final details.
That's all right. We'll take care of that for you.
But, all right, yeah, I would love for you guys to play it.
Yeah, as soon as we're done here, it's first on the list.
All right, great. Yeah, I sent you a demo version, and so you're one of the first ones to hear that.
Cool. What do you think about the Nashville music today?
I like it. I mean, I grew up listening to country music, and of course, being in Oklahoma, I've grown up with both mainstream country and Texas country, and so I like a little bit of both. My sound's probably a little bit more mainstream most of the time. Certainly, some of the cover songs that I play, I really tend to play whatever people are requesting, especially out in Nashville now. It's like just whatever the crowds want to hear, that's what we play. But every once in a while, we do get to play our originals, and I always love it when people request our original music.
What do you want to end up doing more, writing or singing?
I think singing. I would love to do both. If I could find a way to get a big artist to cut a couple of my songs, I mean, that would be, I think, the dream.
Yeah, I would
right
say.
now, I think I want to be a songwriter, but I also want to stay busy performing and entertaining crowds. And I don't really care if I'm playing for thousands of people or if I'm playing for a couple of three or four tables, you know.
Well, we've had lots of guests on here over the past year, especially. And there's one question I always forget to ask, and for some reason it's popped in my head tonight, so I'm going to ask you.
Ask me.
If you was to write songs for other people and some of those songs made it really big, do you actually get anything out of it? Do you get anything financial out of it, or do you just gain your name being put out there more?
Well, I think every situation would be different. Sometimes the artist would buy the song, and you would hold on to some of your publishing and some of your mechanical rights for that song. I don't know. I think every deal is different. I really don't. I haven't had any major artist cut my music yet, and so I don't know the answer to that question.
I just wonder how many songs you would have to write to make a living.
Well, I mean, I know some people that one song has changed their life, and I've already crossed paths with some of those people that they've had a major artist cut one of their songs, and then next thing you know, they have a publishing deal, and they have people that are setting them up with other writers and paying them to write songs every day.
Wow.
So there's a lot of different ways that you can make a living as a songwriter. And I mean, really, you can do it all yourself these days. It's better time for independent artists than it ever has been.
Yeah, we can only hope it gets better. I mean, we really enjoy this music. It's so great.
Of course, yeah. But I really think that if you have the work ethic and you're willing to put in the time and create a good product and push it out to the right people, that the good music will be heard.
You think an independent artist has to work harder than somebody that gets signed up by a label?
I think that the label is going to be making more of your decisions. And so, yeah, I do think that the independent artist has to work a little bit harder. It's certainly nice when you have the big label money backing you. But I definitely think it's harder for the independent artists, depending on if they have major investors working with them or if they're getting to make their own decisions.
But as an independent, now you get to decide what song, what music, blah, blah, blah. But if you're signed with a label, don't you have to kind of bow down to their rules and what you can do and what you can't do?
From what I've heard, most of the time you do. You have to bow down to whatever the big shots above you are wanting you to do. If you have a song that you really love and you want to be your next single, but the label executives don't like it, it's not going to be your next single.
Yeah, we hear from a lot of people that they want to stay independent just for that reason, because they don't want anybody telling them how to do it, what to do, when to do it, and so on.
Oh yeah, I think at the level that I'm at, I would just love to find a couple investors that could help me, similar to the way a label would help. And there's more and more people popping up like that. From what I've been hearing, you just have to be careful who you work with. Make sure you really know the people.
Right. That makes perfect sense.
But
do you have your own band?
I don't have completely set guys yet. I've got a set drummer that I really like working with. I've got a really good list of guitar players, but most of them are busy with other bands right now too. So my band kind of rotates at the moment. I don't have set members.
Do you intend on staying as an independent for the foreseeable future?
For the next year or so, yeah, for sure.
But if somebody beat on your door for a contract, you'd take it?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think I probably would. I am looking for investors and people who want to spend their time and money on my music, and so if the right person comes along, I would certainly be open to the conversation. But
now, if you were signed, let me ask you, if you were signed up, or let's say you signed up with a label, would you still be able to write songs and sell them to other people, or do you have to give that up or give it to them or whatever?
I think it depends. If you're signed as a songwriter, then they control your songs. If you write a new song, it belongs to your songwriting publishing company.
Well, I mean, if you signed with a label as an artist to sing, would you still be able to write songs to sell to other people, or is that would that be part of the contract?
Of course, yeah. I know. I mean, there's certain artists that even they're signed but they don't have the following yet that other big artists do. If the song's good enough and a bigger artist wants to invest in that song, I think it's a smart move to let them, because I mean we can look at so many different artists, especially in country music, that first they were songwriters, and then they got major artists to cut their songs, and next thing you know, they have a solo career. There's a lot of the mainstream country music artists right now got started as songwriters.
Yeah, I've heard that. That makes sense,
Yeah.
though, I guess. I mean, if you sign a contract with somebody, you're pretty much their little slave, I guess.
Well, not necessarily, but I mean, it depends on who you're working with, for sure. If they want you touring on all the time and you don't want to be on the road, I mean, there could be some conflicts there. There really could.
I guess that's why we work for ourselves, because I just can't stand the thought of anybody telling me how, what, where, when. I've never been a rule follower, anyways.
Yeah.
Are
I think my life would work a lot better if I had somebody else helping me make sure I got to places on time and making
Oh,
sure
I see.
that I was doing everything I needed to do, because we can always do more, and especially being busy and now traveling more often.
Or at least
the hours-
traveling in style.
Yeah, I'm just traveling in my car. Got the car loaded down. I don't even have a van yet, but
How do you want to
I don't
fly
re-
to Hollywood today, John? You want to fly or you want to take the bus?
I think I'm taking whatever's cheapest at this point.
Do you ever want to be rich and famous?
I think I don't know about famous, but rich would be nice.
At least well off.
Get at least well off. I could at least pay off some of this debt that I've got, and these bills that are piling up.
Have you got any advice for yourself for if you ever get rich and famous?
Always stay humble. Remember where you came from. Remember your roots. Keep your faith prominent in your life. I'm a Christian, and so I always want that to be known about me, even though I'm not necessarily in Christian music anymore.
I've heard a lot of people say that, but I've seen a lot of people change too once they get that cash in their hand.
Definitely have too. And I mean, I've seen some of the Christian music industry at times too. That just didn't seem where I needed to be right now.
What do you do to relax? Got any hobbies or anything?
Yeah, I love sports. I've been watching my fantasy football team today.
Who's that?
My fantasy football team. It's a bunch of different teams, but I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan as far as the NFL goes.
You just like the cheerleaders.
I do.
Who
I
doesn't?
do like the Dallas. Who doesn't like the Dallas Cowboys?
I don't like
cheerleaders?
them. I think they're just a waste of space out there. Kick the ball or whatever you do, but really, dump all those women to
I
the
want to
side.
watch the cheerleaders kick the ball around. Get those legs up in the air.
I think they are just so pointless out there. It's supposed to be about a game of football or
They're
whatever
more famous
it is.
than the team. What are
It's
you
about
talking
kicking
about?
a bag of wind around a field.
You're jealous.
Probably.
But yeah, I'm a big sports fan, and so I always like watching football games and basketball games.
You watch any soccer?
Not really. I watched more in college. I had some friends that were on the soccer team, and so used to always have to go watch their games.
You know, soccer's such a big thing in Britain. That's just why I was curious.
Yeah. For me, it's more American football.
Would you say your music is country music? And the reason I'm asking this is because we have had that much music in today that we haven't even had a chance to listen to your song before we play it. So, it's going to be a complete surprise to us too.
Great. Yeah. My sound is mostly country. Some of the songs that I write are different styles of country. This one that you're going to be hearing is a Texas country song. Just a small town love story about two different small town girl from Oklahoma and a small town guy from Texas, North Texas, that just kind of met and fell in love and started their life together. And, yeah, I know, right?
Another
I know.
gaggy story.
Another gaggy story, but
I'm only kidding.
yeah, I do write a lot of small town music. I grew up in Stroud, Oklahoma, and that's where I've spent the majority of my life. I went to college in Oklahoma City. But I really connect with the small town songs. And so I think that's always going to translate into my songwriting.
Nisi said to ask you.
Ask him if I write songs for an artist and the artist goes to a big label, do they still get to do the songs I wrote?
if you write songs for an artist and then that artist goes to a big label, do you still get to write songs for them? Is that the question?
I think. I'm reading it off her laptop.
Yeah, I think she's wondering what happened. If like, for example, I write songs for you and you get big and famous with that song, what happens to, the person that wrote those songs? Is there any kind of recognition? I think that's what she's asking about. What happens to the songs?
I definitely think there's recognition, but I think it would depend on how the deal was set up whenever the artist bought that song. There's different types of rights, like mechanical rights, and there's a copy. I don't necessarily understand the breakdown yet. I just know that every song is different. You could get a lot of money up front for the song and not maintain your mechanical rights.
So at this point, as long as there's a dollar sign on the end of it, you're okay with it till you learn the right way.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm okay with the songwriting credits too. If you build up enough of those, and you're getting a third of say that you write the song with two other people, and you're getting a third of the songwriting portion collected from that song. That'll add up over time.
Sure.
A few top 40s, top 20s. A number one can change your life.
Well, that's true. I could see that.
So is there any influences or anything that's happened in your life that has defined your music style today?
Yeah, and I wanted to ask too, what kind of music did you grow up on? So I guess that's under the same.
One question at a time. Don't bombard.
It's under the same heading. Will you shut up?
I don't know if there's anything in particular that has shaped my life other than just the way that I've grown up. I've grown up with a good family and good friends around me. I've grown up in small towns and areas of Oklahoma City where everybody knows everybody. And so I think that translates into my songs. As far as the type of music I grew up with, I love artists like Garth Brooks, Michael Jackson, Elvis. One of my favorite bands is the Eagles. I've got really broad taste. It just kind of, I don't know. Garth Brooks is my favorite of all time when it comes to the country music world, but I pull from pop music. I pull from rock music. I was in a musical and I played the Elvis character. I just fell in love with Elvis and who he was and his career.
Did you get to say thank you very much?
Sounds like you were all shook up.
Of course I did. I was all shook up.
Come on then, give us a thank you very much live on the Yankee.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to curl your lip.
Oh, I did. I did. I was looking in the mirror as I did that.
Nothing like a little vainness there, I guess.
So can you remember what your earliest musical memory is from when you were young and dribbled all over the place and wet nappies?
Well, there's home videos of me playing an upside down toy guitar and singing at the top of my lungs.
That's why you write that kind of music. You're playing a guitar backwards.
Yeah, that's one of my first memories that I look back on and see.
Does that mean your girlfriend quit drinking and your dog came back and your pickup truck run all right?
I mean, that sounds like a hit country song right there.
That's what you get when you play country music backwards, isn't it?
I guess so.
So what song was you playing on that guitar all those years ago?
Oh, I have no idea. Some 90s country song. Probably some Vince Gill or some Brooks and Dunn or something like that.
That'll work. That ain't bad music. That's good stuff.
Oh yeah. These days I play a lot of 90s country. I play a lot of today's country request.
Now, did you like the 90s country, like Pam Tillis and Leroy Parnell and all those people?
I liked more of the early 90s, like the class of 89, like Garth Brooks, Clint Black, Dwight Yoakam.
I guess I still call that 90s countries to me.
Alan Jackson, like all those were big influences. But I've got a higher singing voice, and so I've always liked singers like Vince Gill and Colin Ray. I really love harmonies, and so bands like Diamond Rio, Shenandoah, bands like that had great harmonies.
Colin Ray, that deer in the headlight look.
Yep.
Never forget that song.
I think I'm getting pretty close to Little Rock here pretty soon.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm on the road again in Little Rock.
Oh, I thought you meant the song. That's Reba, wasn't it?
No, that was a Colin Ray song. The one I'm thinking of is
Little Rock.
That's a Reba song.
Yeah, okay, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
I don't remember him doing Little Rock.
So
It's a different version. It's a slow song.
Oh, you and that slow music.
that's the kind of stuff where I take my headset off and hang it while it's playing on the show because I'm like, my gag meter's about to explode.
He's one of the guys that does that stuff. Be nice.
All right.
We finally met one of them.
I wish I would have had more music to send you guys today.
Yeah, that's what we said.
The one that I send you, it's just a sappy love song, and it's not even about me. And so,
Have you written any songs from experience?
oh yeah, I think the best songs come from have a little bit of personal experience in there.
Yeah, I do too. I've heard a lot of people mostly say they write from experience more than anything, or there's every once in a while somebody says, I heard a guy talking in a restaurant the other day, and he said this, and I made a song out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess inspiration can come from anywhere.
So, can you dance?
Can I dance?
Yes.
Sometimes. I was a dancing machine at this wedding this weekend.
How many beers does that take?
A few.
Did you look like you needed medical help?
No, I kept it together pretty well this weekend.
Oh, good.
Well, come on, join me for a
Okay.
shot of turkey. Let's see how you do then.
All right. Now you're talking.
So, do you remember the first album that you ever bought?
I don't think I do. First
No.
album I ever bought. I don't know.
Well, you're not old enough for it to be an 8-track, so that doesn't count.
That's a good question. I was probably pretty young. I don't know.
Anybody else in your family musically inclined besides you?
My little sister, she actually sings on the track that I sent you guys. She sings the background harmonies.
Okay.
My dad's mom, I never met her, but she was a church piano player. That's about it. Really, just me and my sister.
Sister song. Somebody already wrote that. Little sister, don't you?
Yeah,
It's a cool tune, though.
it is. You like the Elvis version or the Dwight Yoakam version?
Oh, Dwight Yoakam.
Dwight Yoakam?
Elvis is great. I love Elvis. I don't mention him too much because Donna has no use for the guy, but I get tired of her gagging on him, but I just love Elvis. I grew up with Elvis. My mom, she had his albums, vinyl albums, when I was a little kid. So,
Yeah.
I followed Elvis since forever, really.
That was one of the first things I had to do on my move to Tennessee was we had to stop at Graceland on the way.
You just had to see those gates, didn't you?
I just had to go in, had to check it all out.
Did you go to the jungle room?
Went to the jungle room. We even got to go on the airplanes. But
Ooh, there you go. Good old
it was
Elvis.
pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like his tune Bossa Nova, too. Something like that really gets me shaking around,
What kind of music makes you want to dance around like a crazy nutcase?
Crazy nutcase.
Yes.
I would say just good old country music with a packed dance floor. It's somewhere where I can blend in on the dance floor. That's my kind of scene right there.
So, basically, you were hiding from everyone.
I'm hiding and I'm two-stepping and I'm having a good time. The girl's having a good time.
My two-stepping is an 8-step, tripping over my own feet.
So do you go out and play in bars and concerts and things?
Yeah, I'm in Nashville. I'm playing them just about every day.
Really? Wow.
Have you opened for anybody big yet?
Not in Nashville. I opened for No Justice. I think it was last year. Texas country band. I'm trying to think of who else I've opened for.
Have you met anybody big time around Nashville yet?
Yeah, the other day I got to play for John Rich of Big and Rich and Larry Gatlin of the Gatlin Brothers.
Cool.
They came into one of my shows at Redneck Riviera, and I got to play for them for about 45 minutes, just taking requests. And then they got up and they both played on my guitar and sang us a couple songs.
How do you feel about playing in front of somebody like that? Does it make you nervous?
Oh, I lived for it. I was loving it.
Yeah.
I was a little bit nervous, especially when they shouted out for me to play Roger Miller, King of the Road, and I couldn't remember all the words, and so that kind of put me on the spot.
My husband could help you with the lyrics for that song. He sung it himself, King of the Commode. There was lots
King of the Commode.
And there was lots of squeezing and pushing and
King
all kinds
of
of
the
noises.
Commode.
Yeah. Lots of squeezing and pushing and...
But yeah, I don't really get nervous whenever that happened. It was just a really cool experience. And then actually a couple weeks after that, I was playing at Tootsie's on Broadway in Nashville, and one of the guys from the band Old Dominion, Trevor Rosen, he came in there and he played with us, and he had Charles Eston from the TV show Nashville. They both got up there, and we played a Tom Petty song and Honky Tonk Women by Rolling Stones.
Wow, that's quite a list.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Now, how you going to feel, and I can't imagine this happening, but how would you feel if Garth showed up at one of your shows?
I don't know if I would know what to say. I would just...
That's what I thought.
Hopefully I could just play music and sing to him the whole time. Because if he put me on the spot and I had to talk, I don't know what I would say.
I don't think he's much of a public guy anymore, you know. He kind of seems to stay hidden away from what I've seen anyways.
Yeah. My roommate got to meet him earlier this year. They played together at an Alzheimer's benefit.
How did your roommate rate that?
Oh, he said it was awesome. He's got a signed guitar hanging at our house now.
No, I mean, how did he manage to get with Garth and you can't? Something
Something
wrong with his picture.
They were playing this really big Alzheimer's benefit, and Garth Brooks happened to be there, and the people introduced them, and they took a picture together, and Kyle got his guitar signed.
Wow. Some roommate couldn't take you with him.
I know, right? But,
Does he pay half the rent?
he pays the majority of the rent because it's his house, and he's there more than I am.
Oh, can't be beating up on that guy then.
No, he's taking good care of me. He helped me get out there to Nashville a little faster than I would have been able to on my own.
Right. Sorry, roommate. I was just joking.
So, yeah.
All right. Cool. You got anything to add there, wifey?
No. More to the point. Have you got anything more to add, John D. Neal? Where can these guys purchase your music?
I would say just keep following me on social media right now. That's where I post about everything. They can't purchase anything yet. This 2002 Small Town Hearts will be the first one available for purchase. Should be out on iTunes and Spotify and Google Music, everywhere Apple Music, everywhere you can buy music. It should be out later this year. But the best place to find me right now is Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. It's all under John D. Neal Music.
Is that your real name?
Yeah.
Okay.
John Daniel Neal is my name. And we've had a couple different stage names, and we're just back to John D. Neal. That's what I've gone by for years, and what we always come back to.
Do you write under the same name?
Yes, that's what I put out all my songs under.
Yeah, maybe someday I'll see that name on a label somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be nice. If it's meant to be, it'll be. But in the meantime, if I can just keep finding different venues to play at, different people willing to listen to my music, I'll be happy.
There you go. 10 questions I have for you, and then you're free to go.
All right.
Same questions everybody gets. What's your favorite word?
My favorite word.
Just make up something. Make it sound interesting.
Shut up.
We're on the radio. I'm gonna say shenanigans. I like that word.
Don't forget it's internet radio, though. We're free to do what we want. That's why we do it.
That's a cool word. Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. That's my word.
I told you I wasn't a rule follower. What's your least favorite word?
My least favorite word.
Or phrase, I guess you could say. Something that you're sick of hearing all the time.
I don't like.
I can't stand things like the new old or the new red.
Well, we're not interviewing you, are we? We're interviewing John.
No, but I'm going to give him an example. Why don't you stay out of this, Ethel?
I was thinking more along the lines of "don't do that" or "you can't do that," something like along those lines.
What turns you on?
What turns me on? A beautiful woman.
Okay, good answer.
Yeah.
What turns you off? And don't
What
tell me an
turns me
ugly
on?
woman.
No, I'm going to say, how about a conceited woman?
Yes.
How about that?
Yes, I couldn't agree more. As far as I'm concerned, just about all women are beautiful, no matter what they look like. But that's another story.
Absolutely.
That's not what you say about that woman on the news in the morning. Where did she come from?
Well, God, she dressed like a vampire. What do you expect?
Yeah, a beautiful woman, if she's conceited and very controlling, she can become ugly very fast.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
What sound? What sound do you love?
What sound do I love? Fresh guitar strings.
What sound do you hate?
A broken guitar string.
What's your favorite drink? Doesn't
My
matter if
favorite-
it's water or liquor.
My favorite drink right now, I like sweet tea, non-alcoholic. My favorite liquor right now would be Redneck Riviera whiskey.
You are a Southerner. That's sweet tea right off the bat.
Yeah.
What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
What profession would I like to? I would like to be an actor someday if I got the opportunity.
What profession would you not like to do?
There's a lot of them, but I don't know. Probably a garbage collector. I don't think I would want to do that right now.
You'd be one of the guys on video kicking people's trash cans all over the place.
I would. I'd be the one that tried to pick it up and the trash busted all over me and I just walked away from the truck. Just left it sitting there.
The final question, number 10, the most important. If
Most
heaven
important.
exists, what would you like to hear God say when you get to the pearly gates?
I'm proud of you. Good work, son.
Bingo. Very well done. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, well,
All right.
let us know if you post up on the Yankee and the Brit radio page when you have some music up for sale. Then we can share the hell out of it, and let us know when you have some music that you want played on here.
Don't even let us know. Just send it over
Just
here.
send it over.
All right. I can do that for sure. I did want to tell you guys my upcoming schedule. I'll be at Old Red in Nashville tomorrow. I'll be at Redneck Riviera in Nashville on Wednesday. And then I'll be at Old Red Tishomingo on Thursday. And then I've got
Tishomingo, you mean in Oklahoma?
Tishomingo, Oklahoma. Yeah, I'll be there on Thursday of this week.
That ain't far away.
And then I'll be at the Indian Summer Songwriters Retreat at Blue Doors on Lake Tenkiller. I'll be there next weekend.
Boy, if you ever get into that summer concert series in Sherman, boy, let us know.
Okay, yeah, I'll look into that.
Yeah, they have quite a few pretty big names there in the summertime.
I think it's something like Sherman
Sure.
Horizons. They have a page on Facebook called Sherman Horizons.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Sherman Horizons. Okay. Yeah, I'm wanting to get down in the North Texas area more, especially in 2019, right after I put out this song.
I hear Denison is quite a big, right down 35. I hear Denison has become quite a big music scene too around there.
Denison. Okay.
Yeah, if you come right down 35 and then stay on 35, well, not Denison, I'm sorry, Denton. You come down 35, it's right at the split where 35E and 35W split. I've
Denton,
heard it's become
Texas.
quite a music scene, yeah.
Okay.
Denison and Sherman are combined. I always get them mixed up. But Denton is the place I was talking about.
All right. Good to know.
Yeah, I hope that helps a little bit.
And he keeps telling everybody that it's Denison, and maybe all the independents will head over to Denison, and it will be a whole new town for.
And then we can go see. And then we can
They'll
go
be
see them
famous.
because they're only 10 miles away.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. So yeah, tell everybody Denison.
All right.
Hey, if he gets to Sherman, we'll be there. Count on
Okay,
it.
so if there's anything else you'd like to add before we flush you down the Yankee and the Brit Show toilet, speak now or forever hold your peace.
I just wanted to say thank you guys for talking with me. I hope you enjoyed the song. Yeah, that's all I've really got to say.
Thank you for talking with us
Yeah,
and taking the
thank
time to
you.
give us a little insight on who you are and what you're all about. Hope to see your name on some labels someday.
All right. Thank you very much.
We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.